What's up, everybody? It's your boy Rebel here, and for today's episode, more Crash Bandicoot, because Crash Bandicoot 4 is going to be coming out soon. Also, I just seriously love playing these games, and I might as well keep making videos about them because I got nothing better to do, apparently. So today, I wanted to take a look back at Crash Bandicoot 1, more specifically, the levels. Even more specifically, the worst levels. Also, for ease of access and relevancy, and screw it, mainly just ease of access. My computer's slow enough as it is. I don't need to download an emulator. And why am I even explaining this to you? This is my channel. I can do what I want to. Got a text from home. He's the baby. Oh, he's so goddamn cute. And since there's a nice round number of 26 levels, not including Stormy Ascent, I've essentially ranked the levels, and this is the bottom half of that list. So this isn't a top 10 worst levels as much as it is the 13 worst levels that are the bottom half of the levels when ranked list. Also, quickly, I will not be going from 1 to 13 or 13 to 1. Instead, I'll be going from 14 to 26. Because, I don't know, it's my list, and if you can't keep track, then I don't know what to tell you. Coming in right in the middle, you have number 14, The Lost City. Now, I love the theme of this level. The ambiance and design is great. It's the level itself that I'm just not a fan of. Or more so the fact that this is a colored gem level, meaning if you die past the checkpoint, you can't get the gem, making this a complete nightmare of a level. A hidden exclamation box that I don't even know what it does, but it's hidden, so hopefully you find it. It has the first embryo token, needing you to hop off of a box, break it with a spin on accident, and you can't get the token. The bats aren't an issue, just take your time. The second embryo token, needing you to hop off of an enemy right at the right moment and not get pushed into the water by the moving walls. The vertical section is pretty fun and not that challenging. There is an exclamation box right off over the fire, so hopefully you have an Uka Uka just in case. Thankfully, the embryo stage is pretty easy. The bat section with the moving floor isn't too tough, but can be very annoying if you manage to get hit. The Tana bonus stage is pretty hard though, and will probably cause you to lose Aku Aku if you had him. The trick, I guess, would be spinning the upper jump boxes, thus leaving only the bottom ones and making it a bunch easier. And finishing off the level is the third enemy you have to jump off of to hit a box. Mess literally any of that up and you'll have to restart the level if you want to get the green gem. Thankfully, it isn't too challenging, and despite the difficulty, it's still easy to enjoy. But then again, this would be a top 10 level easy if it wasn't for the unforgiving nature of the colored gem. Number 15, The Great Gate. Now aesthetically, I am not a fan of these levels, I just don't like the design and theme. The level layout isn't that bad though. Enemies on platforms, a little waiting for the spikes and fire, and the dreaded box above an enemy, which always sucks to screw up. However, this is just the third level, so they did increase the difficulty slightly compared to the first two. However, the level is pretty short. That is, until you return with the yellow gem, which makes this level extend probably twice as long. This section is just as hard as Native Fortress, except this area does have a nice sized shortcut. The only thing is, it's taken by a breakable jumpy box, meaning you have to take the shortcut until you get to a hidden life box completely out of view, go back to the shortcut entrance, and break the jump box and beat the level normally. It's not even a shortcut as much as it is a trick to try to make you miss a box or two. I mean, being that it's in the yellow gem path, the only reason you'd be taking it is if you're trying to get all of the boxes to get all of the gems, which makes this a very weird choice. And it's why it's number 15. Number 16, Lights Out. The first, and if you only want to beat the game, only pitch black hallway level. There is also Fumbling in the Dark, however that level needs a Cortex key and isn't needed to get to Cortex and beat the game. And being that Lights Out is the first of this style level, it shows you the basics before cranking up the difficulty. And because of that, Lights Out is too short. Too short. Way too short. It is a great level from theme to layout, but the length is what puts it here on the list. It's basically a 2-minute level with everything being relatively easy to dodge. Waiting for a platform may take you by surprise when you fall to your death, however you'll remember the next time. It's also the purple gem level, however this level is so easy that this is by far the easiest of the colored gems to get. The only thing is you need the yellow gem to get the purple gem, and being that the yellow gem is in the last level and is a little bit more challenging to complete, I almost didn't even get the purple gem in this level on my recent playthrough. And the yellow gem path is literally just up a little bit into the ceiling to 3 more boxes and then the exit, making this already incredibly short level even shorter. Number 17, Hog Wild. Now this is an interesting level layout. There's a hog, and since Crash is also an animal, he plans something very unpleasant. And the hog? Well, the hog doesn't like that one bit. So you're riding on a hog, avoiding obstacles. A great premise, and one that Crash 2 heavily improves upon with the addition of an optional speed increasing boost. Being that Crash 1 doesn't have that, every moving obstacle is 100% time-based, which means you'll probably mess up, but if you remember how you died, it'll be the same next time. As for why this is coming in down here on the list, it's a pretty basic level, nothing too interesting, although some parts are pretty satisfying. It's also very short, a flaw that would be easy to fix. However, that's gonna lead me directly into number 18, Whole Hog. Now with Crash 1, there seems to be a pattern of two similar style levels, with the first being easy and the second being much harder. It was the perfect opportunity to make Whole Hog a better level. However, with the options of increasing the length of the level versus increasing the difficulty of the level, they opted for both. And in a crazy turn of events, actually in my opinion, hurt the level. While there are a couple more sections that are more rewarding, it doesn't seem to match the increase in difficulty. And yes, it isn't that much longer than Hog Wild. Hell, it might not even be longer, but it is more difficult, and if you keep dying, you could be stuck here a while. But when it comes down to it, the hog levels just aren't my favorite in the original Crash Bandicoot game. I mean, with the limited moveset as it is, I'd still much rather prefer more control and more platforming. It's just more fun. Number 19, Jungle Rollers. I know, this is a great level and I do enjoy it. However, this is only the second level in the game, so it's a little easy. A little too easy. And too damn short, too. It's a great theme and layout. I love everything about this level, except the ending being way too soon. There isn't much challenge here and everything is pretty fun for being this early in the game, but it's like a continuation of the first level in a sense. And then there's the green gem path, which literally just takes you up to 3 life boxes. That's it. No alternate path. That's the hardest version of this level style. Such a missed opportunity. But the sister level of this stage is much higher on the list, so please don't be too mad at me, please. Number 20, Insanity Beach. Yes, I know, it's such an iconic level. It really is. It's the first level in the entire franchise. But it's so boring. It's too straightforward. It's too short. Crash 2's first level feels longer to me. Feels more enjoyable. And with the second game, you didn't know if someone getting it has ever played the first. Yet it's still a much better level. All Insanity Beach really has going for it is the clever boxes over the pit and the 3 Aku Akus. Plus, backtracking to get all the boxes isn't that fun. I'd love to rank this level higher, but I just can't. Whenever I play it, I start to enjoy it, and then it's over. Just like so. Number 21, Boulder Dash. One of the 2 boulder chasing Crash, so he runs towards the camera levels. These are pretty boring to me, like the hog riding levels. I like actually controlling Crash. Not seeing what's coming is annoying. And the obstacles aren't as dangerous as the hog levels obstacles, so the challenge here is just not knowing when a hole is coming. The only reason this level stands out is that it has a colored gem path. Might be purple. It takes you to a cool themed area that would have been much cooler had it been expanded upon. Unfortunately, it didn't. And the reason Boulder Dash is so low is the exact same reason that Boulders is number 22. It's the previous level, but not as hard. And with the obstacles being pretty inconsequential, it's just kind of boring. The only reason I really beat this level is because it stands between me and the level right after it. It's just boring, and it doesn't have the saving grace of a colored gem path. Moving on. Number 23, Slippery Climb. Okay, now I think it's safe to say that we're into the levels that can just off for all I care part of the list. Otherwise, I couldn't imagine why I'd see this aggravating mess of a level here. Slippery Climb is tough. It's tough, man. It's got moving platforms over nothingness, oddly timed jumps needed to traverse the map, so many opportunities to die. A level that kept giving me mass despite me just falling to my death anyways. This level is after the terrible difficulty spike in the game, and while some of the parts are a fun sort of challenging, others seem downright cruel. Thankfully, there are a few checkpoints making this challenge a little more bearable. Then you have the embryo stage, which took me entirely too long to beat, but feels very rewarding upon completing. but it's crazy difficult to know what to do, and even more difficult to do it. And what makes this level a bitch and a half is the fact that it's the red gem level. So good luck getting this one without losing a few ounces of bodily fluids through all the sweat and tears that will be dripping out of you. There are a few parts in this level that suck, and not being able to die except in the embryo stage is just a pain in the ass, man. But it is doable, and it's quite the feeling of accomplishment being able to do it. But it ain't worth it. Number 24, Road to Nowhere. First of all, I hate these bridge levels so much. And Road to Nowhere starts with a few easy jumps, then this blocking your path. Seriously, screw this level. It's all perfectly placed jumps with the lack of depth perception that plagued Crash 1. Then you have some invincible hogs, some more hard jumps, all of which can go straight to hell. The wood that falls where you have to keep moving, and it's annoying. There's the red gem path that has a somewhat hidden metal exclamation crate and an interesting challenge to figure out. And then it's back to the super annoying bridge part. Every jump has to be almost perfect. Then there's the ice with the invisible boars, and it just sucks. Luckily, there's the Tana area that acts as a checkpoint.
What?
But once you beat that, which is pretty easy, you only have a few more turtle hops to the end. But then there's a second red gem path that shows nothing but Wumpa. But they're over invisible planks of wood that lead to a few more boxes. Look, I just hate this level. All of the jumps have to be perfect, and you have to be in just the right rhythm, and this level is in the middle of the game! Number 25. Nearing the end, we have the last level in Crash Bandicoot, the lab. And I know I may be being a little tough on this level. It might not be as hard as I'm about to make it out to be. But I'm impatient, and I don't care, and I don't like this level. So the lab, it's full of trap doors and switches that activate either doors or platforms that have to be perfectly timed to jump across, and the occasional enemy, which also requires waiting. So yeah, not a big fan. Each part took me a few times to completely figure out, and even then I'd still manage to screw up somewhere along the line. Getting through this stage this late in the game without getting a game over does feel good though. Unfortunately, this is the yellow gem level, so you'll need to get through the whole thing without dying. It's pretty fun. Real fun. This level might not be as tough as Slippery Climb for both being levels with gems of color, but I just don't enjoy the waiting aspect. There's something a little less rewarding when levels have you waiting a little bit. And coming in last place, the Great Hall. Ha! Could you imagine? It's not even a level. No, clearly number 26 is going to be the high road. Thank you all for watching very much. Smash that like button and enjoy, and peace. Yes, number 26, the worst level in Crash Bandicoot 1 is clearly going to be the high road. Now, yes, this level was made harder inadvertently with the bad hitboxes in the Insane Trilogy due to these turtles. I don't even want to think about this level anymore, so I'll summarize by saying I lost over 30 lives, it took 29 minutes, I hate this level so much. Also, obviously, Stormy Ascent would be number 27, but if I'm going to be talking about it, I'm going to be talking about it directly in its own video. Maybe not entirely sure yet. And that's the bottom half of all of the levels in Crash Bandicoot Ranked Part 1 or something. I don't know. But what I do know is those levels at the end were getting me salty, so I'm going to get to work on the second half of this video, or if I really want to cheer myself up, I could just play Crash Bandicoot 2, because oh my god, those levels are so good, and these levels suck so bad. Thanks a bunch for watching, and I truly hope you enjoyed. Just remember, these are just my opinions about the levels, and it's okay to disagree with me, if you want to. I read that wrong, I misplaced the comma. Maybe. If you want, you can let me know what you think down below in the comment section. But if you did enjoy, go ahead and smash that like button, hit that subscribe button while you're down there, hit that notification bell if you want to be alerted of when I post new videos. I will continue to be talking about Crash Bandicoot for a little bit until Crash 4 comes out, and then I'm going to be talking about Crash 4. So please, if you like Crash Bandicoot, subscribe.